Welcome to our Aer Travel Pack 3 regular and small review. In this video, we're gonna break down the two newest versions of this iconic travel pack and let you know if either of these bags is the travel bag for you. By the end of this review, if neither of these packs are for you, I'll make some alternative recommendations for packs that I think might better suit your needs. Okay, let's kick off this review by talking about the gist of the Aer Travel Pack 3 regular and small. When I say this bag is iconic, it is iconic. Probably one of the most well-known travel packs in this game. This is Aer throwing the kitchen sink. Wait, the sink, what do they say? I don't know, they're throwing everything they got to make what is considered by many to be the ultimate travel pack. And it should be noted that the regular version and the small version are carbon copies of each other, minus the size, weight, and a few other very small specs. It's a clamshell style opening for the main compartment, which is ideal for packing for travel. And while this main compartment is quite minimalist, the bag also features a fair amount of organization in this tech/admin compartment. And some of the most noteworthy features are Aer's insane materials, including Cordura ballistic nylon, YKK zips, Duraflex hardware, a seamless user experience, and some of the most comfortable straps and back panel action in the game. The small is 28 liters and the regular is 35 liters. The small version weighs 3.8 pounds and the regular version weighs 4.1 pounds. Both bags come in black, gray, and olive. This is what the bag looks like when it's empty. And this is what the bag looks like when it's full. I'm gonna pack out both these bags throughout this review so you can see exactly what they fit. This is the bag worn on me. For reference, I'm 5'8". All Aer products are covered by a lifetime warranty that cover any manufacturing defects. And for all you see before you, as of recording, the small runs around 230 USD and the regular runs around 250 USD. Now those are for the ballistic nylon versions. If you want to upgrade to X Pack, you can do so and each one will cost you about an extra 20 or 30 bucks. And if at any point, if you're watching this review and you're thinking to yourself, I am buying one of those freaking bags, then we do ask that you do so by using the first links in the description. Those links make sure that you get the best price, and they also help to support our Nomads Nation YouTube channel. Thank you very much. All right, we're gonna start this review by talking about the front of the Aer Travel Pack 3s. But I'm just gonna use one at a time. We'll start with the small because basically they're carbon copies of each other. And whatever the small can fit, the regular can definitely fit, and we'll pack out the regular a little bit later just so you get the full scope of what's going on. Let's start by talking about just the front and the overall aesthetic. Because quickly, I think it's important that I think Aer has one of the best aesthetics in the freaking game. It's minimalist, it's subtle. Notice Aer's very subtle branding only can be found right here. This cut is sort of Aer's calling card. They do this on a lot of their packs. It's a YKK PU coated zip. The PU coating is this sort of matte finish right there, which means it's highly weather resistant. You'll see that I have some issues with Aer's use of zipperage. A lot of times they do it for aesthetic, right? Because it looks really nice here. But when it comes to like the main compartment and stuff, they don't PU coat these zippers. So they do with the tech compartment. I'll get into that in a second, but just something to be aware of. But note with PU coated zippers, they're a little sticky. It takes a little bit more oomph to kind of open and close them. But that's why Aer added these little pull tabs right there just to give you an extra leverage point. So when you open it, super smooth. And same thing with closing it. But when it's open, this pocket is really basic. You've got a key holder, and that's it. Also, it only extends to the bottom half of this portion. It doesn't go to the top. So obviously with the key holder, this is things that you want quicker access to, right? For me, when I'm traveling, I don't feel like I need quick access to my keys, but whatever, that's where the keys are going. So I'll pop my keys on there. And I'm gonna put a few other things in there that I might want quick access to when I'm traveling. Tissues, right? Traveling can be a little dirty sometimes. My AirPods and my wallet. I'm currently using the Peak Design mobile stand wallet. So all these things, I just wanna be able to maybe access in a jiffy, especially when I'm traveling, when I'm on the plane, right? Those are things that I want quickly. Might even put my phone in there, but my phone's usually in my pocket, but screw it, phone's going in there as well. The good thing about this pocket is, as you can see right here, we've got sort of this stitching, right? And that's not just for aesthetic, it also has a functional purpose as to where it gives the bag a little bit extra space, right? So it expands. So maybe if you wanna carry something bulkier in there, I'm looking at my stuff, what's bulky? Sony headphones. Will these fit? Ooh, no, they won't. Little tight for the Sonys. So I don't have anything that perfectly fits in this bulky area, but you can see that if it wasn't for the width, this would fit because the pocket does expand out. So bulkier bits of gear should be good. Sony Headphones, not so much. But as to where this pocket is simple, the next pocket that we're gonna talk about, the admin compartment, a lot more going on. Now, these zips, yet again, YKK zips. YKK makes the best zips in the game. I love the matte coating on there. I love the zipper pulls themselves as well. Really nice functionality, easy just to grab the bag, zip, unzip, zip, unzip. Well, where A, they got the little security lock, right? So you can lock them, but in case you don't, you can go ahead and sort of put these into each other and it just sort of keeps it closed. It's a security deterrent. It's not gonna completely keep a thief out of your bag, but rather have it than not. But like I said, as to where this zipper is PU coated, the next two zippers we'll talk about are not. So if you dig organization, you're gonna love this admin compartment. I love this because basically I don't really need like a tech bag when I'm traveling, and all my tech stuff, because I normally put tech stuff in these pockets, is just quickly and easily accessible. There's nothing on this side. You've got a little pocket down there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 other storage areas. Let's pack it out. First of all, at the bottom, I'm gonna put my notebook. I'm going ahead and pop that guy right there. It's just a regular moleskin. On the bottom, we have two larger pockets, which I think is good for bulkier bits of gear. Hence my laptop charger going right there. Perfect fit, like a glove. And then on the other side, I got a couple batteries. I got a Banks phone charger and just like a portable battery, right? They're a little bit bulkier, so those go down there as well. Perfect. Moving up, pen pocket. I'm gonna put a pen in there, that was easy. The other pockets though, I gotta get a little creative. All right, so I got some more things that I want quicker access to, or that's sort of techie in nature. I got a hard drive, which I think is bulky, so it should fit on the bottom. So let's take these two batteries out. I'm gonna put them in new locations. I'll put one in each up here, that's nice. And then the hard drive will go right there. That's a tight fit, but it fits nonetheless. I'm gonna keep a backup mask there, right? COVID, weird times, you just never know when you need a mask. I'm gonna put my Apple Magic Mouse in this guy right here, in case I wanna get some work done on the plane. And then for wires, I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of take all my wires, mesh them together like this, and then put them in this zippered pocket, and that's where my wires are staying. I like that. Nice, tidy, we got a lot of stuff in there. You can see that like the compartment's collapsing on itself ever so slightly, but not in like a super dramatic way. It's just sort of like falling in, but it will stay up. Okay, it's gonna be fine. And for this compartment right here, it's a big boy. It extends all the way basically to the bottom, so this is a good spot, methinks, for larger, longer, flatter items. Like I'm gonna throw my iPad Air in there, which I like because my iPad, quicker access to, and I'm gonna also throw my Kindle in there in case I wanna read. Will it close? You bet your ass it'll close. Beautiful. For me, this front admin compartment is one of the best selling points of the Aer Travel Pack 3, whether it's the big or the small. It's just awesome with what it can fit. And one last note, just in case you're wondering about the Aer Travel Pack 3 regular, it's basically the exact same size of these pockets. They're just slightly, ever so slightly larger to fit sort of the larger build of the regular version. So it can fit everything that I just fit, and possibly just a little bit extra. Next up, let's talk about the middle of the Aer Travel Pack 3. On the bottom, we have a grab handle. You're not gonna wanna carry your bag with this. It's just like a little point of leverage, especially when you are putting the bag in the overhead bin in case you have to. This allows you to grab the bag quickly, take it out. Nice little gesture, thank you, Aer. Now on the sides, we have something to talk about, a very important characteristic of this bag, and it's these compression straps right here. And we have two on both sides for 4 total. I like these compression straps for a few reasons. One, they are magnetic, which is an upgrade, I think, over Aer Travel Pack 2. And this hardware is from, who you from? You Duraflex, you Woojin, bro. But really what's so cool about these compression straps is what they're bringing to the game from a functionality perspective. Because this bag can, as you see, sort of compress, flatten like a pancake when you don't need to pack a lot of stuff. But then for those times where you're traveling and you are packing the living shit out of this bag, it can really, really expand. Now for me, this is a bigger selling point on the Aer Travel Pack 3 Small as opposed to the regular. And the reason being, the small at 28 liters can sort of be an everyday carry as well, right? So imagine you pack the living crap out of this for your flight, right? You're flying from London for a week in Vienna. Then once you land in Vienna, you get to your Airbnb and you can unpack everything, right? Because imagine this bag's like super packed out. And then this can sort of transform into an EDC, an everyday carry, because you can compress it a bit, and therefore it's just not as big and bulky. On this side, we have a water bottle holder. I like this water bottle holder for 2 reasons. One, it's zipper, right? So that means it's nice and tidy when you're not using it. And 2, it's quite functional. Case in point, I have a 22-ounce water bottle from Colombia, and you can see this fits with some room to spare, but you know, if you like those big girthy water bottles, think Nalgene, not gonna fit there. Now notice on the other side, we have a quick access side pocket. And it's quick access because when you are wearing the pack, it's super easy to just swing the bag around and grab whatever you need from this pocket. Because think about it, you know, my AirPods and my wallet, the two things that I might need the most are here, and that's a little bit more difficult to grab. It's still grabbable, but it takes a little extra step. This though, easy frickin' peasy. And you have to understand, quick access in a bag is super important to me, which is why, I don't know if you know, but I'm actually building my own backpack here on Nomads Nation and documenting the entire experience. This new bag that I'm building, quick access is going to be a huge part of it, as is versatility, durability. I mean, we're making the most badass backpack that we possibly can. And I wanna get the community involved in this building a backpack project. So if you're interested, you should join our email list with the link in the description. Because if you join, I'm gonna start sending you emails where you can vote on some of the key features of the backpack that we're making here at Nomads Nation. It's a super cool project, and I hope to see you in your inbox. Back to this guy. Also should be noted that we have a side handle on both sides. This is not a briefcase handle, people. You're not gonna be carrying this bag in briefcase mode. Yet again, just extra leverage points so you can grab, move, reposition the bag as you need. And these handles are really quite comfy. Before we get into the middle, we got a chunky top handle, really beefy, really well padded, great just to sort of grab your bag with. It just feels nice, and I love the nylon that Aer uses on here. And then just above it, you'll notice that we have a YKK zipper, non-PU coated. And this section has a really nice material in it that I love. It's really well padded. Notice like the cushioning happening there. And this material itself is like a anti-scratch microfiber material, which makes it ideal for either your phone or your sunglasses, which you can go ahead and put right there. I love this material. I love this pocket. Speaking of main compartment, let's get inside. Yet again, YKK zips, two of them that can lock together or do this sort of dance together as well. Not PU coated. And then on the inside, as we said before, pretty simple. We've got a pocket here, that's it. For this pocket, I'm gonna put a beanie just in case I want quick access to it. I'll be honest though, I wouldn't really know what I'd put in this pocket. No, I got a great idea. This is like a little safety pocket where I put backup cash and maybe backup credit cards, right? Worst case scenario, you're out, you lose your wallet. You always know that back at your Airbnb, hostel, hotel, wherever you're staying, you just got a little backup stash in case the worst case scenario. That's what I put there. There was one pocket that I totally forgot about up here, hidden underneath. So this is the sunglasses pocket, and just under top of it, we have this little guy right there, which is for your Aer tag, which is so awesome. Aer backpacks giving you a pocket for the Aer tag. Nicely done. But I don't have an Aer tag, so nothing's going in it yet. All right, I got a couple packing cubes. This one's from Manal. Also from Manal, about a week and a half worth of clothes. I've got a backup tech pouch with some more tech stuff in there. I've got the Peak Design wash pouch loaded up with stuff. Let's get that in there first and we'll see what else we can fit. So the packing cube fits perfectly right here at the bottom. Packing cube right at the top. The wash pouch is right there. So you can see we're sort of filling up right now. And remember, this is a 28-liter bag. It's not meant to store months and months worth of clothes. Smaller capacity. But I bet that we could fit some more stuff in here. Let's go ahead and put this guy like that. And I'm gonna start throwing some stuff on top. And this is where we start seeing how much can this bag really fit. I got a spare sweater, that tech pouch, backup tote, reading glasses, another backup jacket. We're gonna push it, baby. Let's see what you can do. All right, I think I've pushed it to the extent that I can. It should close though. It's tight. I'm really, oh my God, maybe I can't. No, I can. Ooh, I think I can. But as you can see, if you can dream it. And now remember, with the Aer Travel Pack 3 regular, you got 7 extra liters of capacity in this main compartment. So let me take some of the stuff from the small out and see how it fits in the regular, right? So we are beyond full capacity with the small. Will it be the same story with the regular? How far will that 7 liters go? Let's find out. So you can see it's a lot cozier of a fit for this packing cube, right? For this small travel pack, it was a little bit tighter, but now we could fit more stuff on the sides of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Peak Design wash pouch there. Packing cube, and yeah, I mean, you can see basically the differences, like this extra space, right? That's 7 liters apparently. That 7 liters goes a long way because you can go ahead and pack this out, and then just as we did with the small, now we have sort of the base, the circumference of the base of the bag filled out. That's when you can start just throwing on top and then doing the difficult, I think I can sort of closing. And remember, I didn't pack out the front of this, so it's not completely accurate, but I mean, that was so freaking easy. And if you want, you can even do one of these where you open the top of the bag and just start shoving crap down there, right? And look how much extra room we have. That's your 7 liters right there. So I hope that gives you a clear idea of what the regular can fit versus what the small can fit. One last point on the middle. Forgot to mention, we have this little guy right here, which is good for external carry. So if you got a carabiner, maybe you want to clip something on the outside of the bag that you want quick access to, that's where that goes. Okay, so now let's talk about the back of the Aer Travel Pack 3's backpack. Let's start with the tech compartment. As I said earlier, none of these zippers on this area are PU coded except for the tech compartment, and thank God for that, because if there's any zipper that needed to be waterproof, it would be the one that holds your $2,000 to $3,000 laptop. We got 2 YKK zips. Yet again, they lock together. They've got the zipper pulls as well. One thing to note too, something that I refer to as the Aer dangle experience, is you got a lot of these going on. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dingleberries just kind of like chilling with you. So something to be aware of. This can agitate people as there's a lot going on. The tech compartment is just a little half open, right? A little half crescent moon from here to here. And then when you're in, you have 2 sections sort of. You got this little sleeve right there, and then the actual laptop area. The same anti-scratch microfiber materials that are in this sunglasses pocket that we talked about, that's used in the back part of the laptop area, which I love. Yet again, anti-scratch, super soft. Your laptop is going to feel like the king or queen it deserves to feel like. And it should be noted, for both sizes of this bag, they can fit up to a 16-inch laptop, which means my 13-inch MacBook Pro will fit with room to spare. It's not just the padding that's so important for a laptop compartment such as this. It's also something known as a false bottom, which means, check it out, the bottom of this laptop compartment stops somewhere around like right here, which gives you about an inch plus, which means when you drop this bag and you got your laptop in there, it's less likely to get damaged. So you can see the laptop's in there with some room to spare. And then for this compartment, you can throw something else, maybe your iPad, right? It's nice and compressed and safe. For me though, I'm gonna throw a Bluetooth keyboard. And I think this notebook should fit as well. Oh yeah. Zipper closed. Super solid tech compartment. You may not know this, but I've reviewed hundreds of bags, and Aer bags, out of all of them, have a tendency, in my opinion, to be the most comfortable. It's something I refer to as the Aer mattress experience. And the Travel Pack 3 is the epitome of the Aer mattress experience. Let me explain why. So let's start here with these guys at the top. These are called load lifters. Load lifters are great because when you're wearing a super heavy travel pack, so what you do is these load lifters, you tighten them and it pulls the bag forward as to then redistribute the weight from your lower back to your torso, which gives you a happier and healthier back. These load lifters are pretty basic, but they get the job done. And there's a little tuck mechanism right here where you can put them in this. So there's no excess nylon flapping around, hashtag stop the dangle. And these can also be used as an external lash point where you can clip things onto and then carry things externally. Moving down lower, we also have another external lash point right here that you can clip a carabiner onto. But then we have the sternum strap. Yet again, similar to load lifters, sternum straps help your back out by redistributing the weight towards your torso and away from your back. So when you have the load lifters plus the sternum strap, you just got a really comfortable and healthy carrying experience. The sternum strap is magnetic, which is just awesome, which makes it also very strong. It is adjustable, so you can fit it to your preferred sternum strap location. And in case you hate sternum straps, like some travelers I know who are like, pass on the sternum strap, then it is 100% removable. But one thing to know, if you take these guys off, they're pretty difficult to get back on, so I'd recommend making a decision one way or another. Further down, we've got the buckle. Nothing too much to say about that. What are you? Duraflex. They make good buckles. And then further down, we have these nylon web holders right here, which I refer to as dangle stoppers. Because when I pay almost $300 for a backpack, I don't want this excess nylon flopping all over the place, right? I want it in its place, nice and tidy. That's what these help accomplish Thank you, Aer. But then let's talk about the most important part for the comfort of this bag, and it's the actual material and padding for both the shoulder straps and the back panel. This material is the most important part of the Aer mattress experience because it's thick, cushiony, not too soft, but definitely not coarse or hard. It's just the perfect sort of mix for me that you would want in a travel pack. This is a lot of weight in this bag, and that thickness and that softness and that ventilation just makes it a super comfortable travel wearing experience. And that extends to the back panel as well. You got this cut right down the middle, which helps with ventilation, right? So a little bit of airflow can sort of make its way down there. Same padding, same ventilation, same material, same softness, same just overall, you nailed it-ness from Aer. And then we have a luggage pass-through holder right here. So if you're doing the suitcase travel thing, you can put this on the handle, lift it up, slide your bag on. It's gonna be sideways, which isn't my favorite, but rather have that than not. And the last point is right down here, we have these little attachment points which connect to the Aer Travel Pack 3 waist belt, which I fully support getting in the name of having a healthy back, because yet again, like the load lifters, like the sternum strap, the waist strap, yet again, saving your back, redistributing the weight towards the front. And when you got that trifecta, load lifter, sternum strap, waist belt, I mean, you are in carry, travel, backpack heaven, as far as you can be. But I think they cost like 30 bucks, so something to keep in mind. Let me ask though, are you somebody who prefers to use waist straps with your bag? For me, I do 30 liters and over. 29 liters and under, I don't really need to, but I wanna hear what you think. Do you use waist straps? Okay, let's talk about the pros and the cons of the Aer Travel Pack 3s. Pro number one, insanely awesome materials. Pro number two is a great sort of middle road between being minimalist while also having a decent amount of pockets, organization, and features. And pro number three, this could be one of the most comfortable travel packs on the market. But on the flip side, I got some cons. Here they are. Con number one is not all the zippers are PU coated. Con number two is there's like a lot of excess kind of going on with these zippers and some nylon. It's minimalist, but it's also that as well. And con number three is these bags are both a little on the heavy side, especially for one bag travel. Now, if you're still watching this, you might be thinking to yourself, holy moly, I love that backpack, I'm totally getting one. If that's the case, we do ask that you use the first links in the description. Those links make sure that you get the best price, and they also help to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel. But let's say you're not quite sold and you need some alternative recommendations. Let me give you a few options. Option number one is the Aer Capsule Backpack. This is for you if you love the whole airness, but you wanted a bag that can also double as a duffel. And basically that's what the Aer Capsule Pack does. It's a little bit different of an execution, but it's a 2-in-1. And to learn more about the Aer Capsule Pack, take a look in the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. Alternative number two is going to be the Able Carry Max. This is for you if you want a 28-ish liter backpack that's great for one bag travel, but you want something a little bit more minimalist, a little lighter, and something a little bit different. The Able Carry Max is one of my favorite one bag backpacks. And you can learn more about it by watching our full review in the description below. And alternative recommendation number three is going to be the Peak Design Travel Pack. It comes in all different shapes and sizes, has a ton of awesome features, and probably rivals the Aer Travel Pack as the other most iconic travel backpack in the world. Take a look in the description and you can find a link to our full review. If you're still here, it means that you're on the hunt for a travel backpack. And if that's the case, you should watch this video next, where we break down our favorite backpacks for travel and what we look for when buying a travel backpack. It's one of our most watched reviews. Check it out now. My name's Aaron. This is Nomads Nation. I will catch you next time.